from one society to another through contact. Okay, so if I have to define diffusion theory, diffusion refers to the spread of one society to another, okay, through contact. So this is how we need to understand diffusion theories. You would see all the anthropological theories are in connection, right? So we know about cultural parallels. So cultural parallel is a belief of classical evolutionists. They believe that culture evolves similarly independent of historical sequences, right? So they believe that they have common psychic unity of mankind. Humans think similarly, they do have similar needs, hence they have similar cultural traits. This theory is being rejected by diffusionists. Diffusion argues, yeah, classical evolutionists. Okay, so cultural parallels believe that humans are having similar thought process, and that is how you will find similar cultural traits, because humans have similar human needs. But diffusionists reject this. They say that it is also possible, no, that we have borrowed from each other. So diffusion means that there is one origin, place, and from there it transmits. For example, yoga, we know that origin of yoga is Indian, but it is widely famous everywhere. So unlike evolutionists, okay, please understand, write down, because you people have to write it down. This is a class, okay? So unlike evolutionists, quickly लिखेंगे. Unlike evolutionists, diffusionists say culture does not always develop independently. Okay? भाई डिफ्यूजनिस्ट का क्या कहना है, आप समझो ये बात. They are simply rejecting. कह रहे नहीं, ये नहीं है. क्लासिकल एवोल्यूशनिस्ट को रिजेक्ट कर रहे हैं. कल्चर डज नॉट ऑलवेज. Does not always develop independently. Okay, it often spread through interaction. Often spreads through interaction. Okay, so you can say it's a reaction against evolutionism, right? Bernard Taylor's, Henry Morgan, Henry Maine, right? These people have given the theory of cultural balance. Okay, they are rejecting their views. ये लिखेंगे point. So they are arguing similarities are not because humans think alike. This is not similarities, okay? They're thinking, no, it is not possible, it is not because. They exist, similarity exists because cultures borrow from each other. ठीक है? उनका क्या कहना है? Similarities exist. We need to study in depth, but first of all, I'm giving you briefing. ठीक है? बहुत सारे स्कूल है. पहले हम ब्रिटिश डिफ्यूजनिज्म को पढ़ेंगे. British diffusionism, okay, led by Grafton Elliot Smith. Okay, then W.J. Perry. Proposed heliocentric theory. Okay, claimed Egypt as the origin of most civilization. ये लोग मानते थे कि जो इजिप्ट है वो ओरिजिन है. As the origin, as the origin of most civilization. Culture spread from one center to the rest of the world. So you can say it's single origin. Fine. Then just simple view जो है, in short it's about single origin. ठीक है? अब हम एक पॉइंट डिस्कस करेंगे, दैट इज जर्मन डिफ्यूजनिज्म. Led by Fritz Grebner. Wilhelm Simmel. this I am little doubt. Let's check later on. Okay. They have introduced the concept of cultural circle, cult or craze. Introduce the concept of, write down, cult or craze. Okay. That is cultural circle. Fine. मल्टीपल कल्चरल सेंटर्स, ये लिखेंगे मल्टीपल कल्चरल सेंटर है, मल्टीपल कल्चरल सेंटर एग्जिस्ट. Okay. Trade spread within these circles. Trade spread within these circles. ठीक है. It's a more balanced than British school. इसके बाद लिखेंगे अमेरिकन डिफ्यूजनिज्म. ये बहुत इजी है, that I will explain. अमेरिकन डिफ्यूजनिज्म, फ्रांस बोस, आप ये पढ़ भी चुके हो कल्चरल रिलेटिविज्म में. So this is right on more scientific and empirical approach. How does this diffusion happen? Trading, migration of people, war and conquest, right? Media and globalization, right? So you need to understand this diffusion theory. Please write down this pehla point. Okay, written. So you people have now please keep on writing जो भी मैं points बता रही हूँ, because I would be discussing the case studies into this. Huh? Have you ever thought of why do we find primates in Egypt and Mesoamerica में similar myths of flood across continents? बताओ, is it coincidence or evidence of cultural transmission? अगर आप प्राइमेट्स को देख रहे हो इजिप्ट में एंड मेसोअमेरिका में, राइट, सिमिलर कहीं ना कहीं आप मिथ्स देखते हो फ्लड के ऊपर अक्रॉस डिफरेंट कॉन्टिनेंट्स. व्हाई आर वी हैविंग इट? देखो ये पॉइंट्स, myths in Egypt and Mesoamerica, similar myths of flood across continents. ये coincidence कैसे हो सकता है? It can be an evidence of cultural transmission. Is it coincidence or evidence of cultural transmission? If you people are thinking that you people are going to learn anthropology or sociology और आंसर राइटिंग और जीएस इन अ मैनर, और जैसे आज सुबह मैंने मॉर्निंग में आपको प्रीलिम्स के लिए बताया था, इट विल नॉट पॉसिबल टू इवन बी देयर. ट्रेडिशनल वे में पढ़ोगे. आज के टाइम में मुश्किल क्या है? आज के टाइम में जो मुश्किल है वो ये है दैट यू पीपल विल get mesmerized with all the faculties, all the teachers, or the, you know, whatsoever it is. But you people have to see that how you people can understand in quickest manner and how you people are writing it. If you people can explain the diffusion theory the way I have explained it, right, will it going to fetch good marks? They are not interested in academic orientations. They need to know that if you are able to quote case studies, if you're able to think, if you're able to ask, right? So you need to know, you need to have applications. Otherwise ये सब books में लिखा है. आज तो आप AI tool है, AI tool से कुछ भी कंटेंट मांगो आपको मिल जाएगा. तो फिर जरूरत क्या है टीचर्स की? I sometimes feel pressurized, and over these years I have become like a YouTuber. I used to not smile at all, right? When I used to teach in universities and colleges, even though when I go in universities and colleges, right? So we need to understand that how you can relate all this point with theories, because we need to adapt. Fine. So you will see that anthropology is a discipline which is from the beginning telling us whatsoever we are, it's a product of adaptation. अगर हमारे ancestors ने adapt नहीं किया होता environment से तो extinct हो जाते. Similarly, अगर आज आप नहीं adapt करोगे तो आप extinct हो जाओगे. डिफ्यूजन थ्योरी इतना ही है जो मैंने अभी आपको एक्सप्लेन करा. थिंकर्स के नाम भी कोट कर दिए. बट हाउ यू पीपल आर गोइंग टू सी? Culture spreads, it travels. Okay, so when I'm going to migrate, I'm going to carry my thoughts. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो मैं घर में बंद करके जाऊंगी. And when I'll go, I will adapt, right? I will transform. So the kind of yoga which we see in India, I was just, I'm a follower of Joy Dispenza. He's the best neuroscientist definitely in the world, and has treated not many people with just his yoga practices and energies. You will think what you become is a famous line given to us by Gautam Buddha. And Gautam Buddha is the one who has given us the meditation. Now even the Western people are claiming that yoga is their idea and ideology. And the way he has mixed yoga with medical sciences, it's true, it's nice. Even genetist David Sinclair ने भी आर्ट बताया है not to eat much. ये जरूरी है कि जानवरों की तरह खाते रहोगे भाई. when we were evolving तो हमारे ancestors ने कोई ब्रेकफास्ट, लंच, डिनर का कॉन्सेप्ट थोड़ी ना बनाया था. You keep on eating, keep on having that big bellies, keep on having, that weight, don't look beautiful. If you'll eat less, and most probably if you're thinking good. What do you think? I am right now drinking this coffee, water, right? If I am not positive, this is not going to bring any good, benefit to me. Now I cannot prove it, but if I can't prove it, it doesn't mean it cannot exist. When, mythologies or, scriptures are talking about the same. Now, if you people are just going to talk about diffusion theory, and not thinking on your own, you are going to regret. For example, 2025 के prelims के question था, which we were discussing. It's a very simple question. Very simple question. Swami Vivekanand का prelims में question आया ना, how UPSC is giving you hint. Sociology, anthropology is going to be a rock star even in coming days. क्योंकि हम लोग एक crisis में आ चुके हैं. They are going to ask questions on philosophies. They are going to ask questions on societal angle, even in prelims. So there was a question with reference to Ram Mohan Roy, right? Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Consider the following statements. One, he was, I think if I remember, one is that he has immense respect or love for traditional philosophy of East, and then he spoke about rational thinking and scientific inquiry. Now, most of you would say that question number, like one statement is correct because of rational thinking. Now you will say, कि अरे राजा राम मोहन रॉय ने तो बोला था कि ट्रेडिशंस अच्छी नहीं है ईस्ट, मतलब सती को उन्होंने, बिकॉज ही वाज ए रिफॉर्मर, राइट, तो उन्होंने सती को बंद किया, दिस एंड दैट. उनके एक बुक है ना, गो बैक टू वेदास. ऐसा थोड़ी ना है कि उन्होंने फिलोसफी, और फिलोसफी को कोई रिजेक्ट कैसे कर सकता है. यहाँ पे चाहिए कॉमन सेंस. फिलोसफी ऑफ ईस्ट इज अ क्रेडल टू वर्ल्ड सिविलाइजेशंस. हम बताते हैं दुनिया को, दुनिया आपको जीनी कैसे है. मैं अभी यहाँ पे बड़ी बड़ी बातें कर रही हूँ. द मोमेंट आई ब्रेक आउट, मे बी आई एम डेड. व्हाट आई कैरी, इट जस्ट माय फियर ऑफ लाइफ आफ्टर डेथ, बिकॉज दिस इज हाउ ह्यूमंस थिंक. एंथ्रोपोलॉजी में पढ़ा ना हमने, that our ancestors have created to the concept of God because they didn't know what would happen after death. So this is the but natural question हमारे ancestor को और अभी भी, right? So we need to understand that these theories are telling us something. Fine. So conceptual foundation you are going to get very simple. We are not agreeing that independent, जैसे independent इन्वेंशंस के बारे में क्लासिकल एवोल्यूशनिस्ट ने बोला, राइट, जीरो हो गया या टेक्नोलॉजीज हो गया. दे कैन, सो यू जस्ट हैव टू सी दैट दे आर ऑफन रिजल्ट्स ऑफ हिस्टोरिकल कॉन्टैक्ट, राइट. सो प्लीज राइट डाउन. एनालिटिकल क्लैरिटी जरूर होनी चाहिए. डायरेक्ट डिफ्यूजन, ट्रेड इंटरैक्शंस, indirect diffusion, intermediaries, stimulus diffusion, idea is borrowed, but now Eliot Smith claimed Egypt as the cultural heart. तो इजिप्ट से सारे कल्चर बोरो हुए हैं. एग्रीकल्चर, मॉन्यूमेंट्स, रिलीजन, इट डिफ्यूज आउटवर्ड. उन्होंने एग्जाम्पल दिया प्राइमेट्स का. तो प्राइमेट्स ऑफ इजिप्ट, एलियट स्मिथ. अभी बताया तो, लिखा तो है आप लोगों ने, स्टार्टिंग में मैंने बताया तो, ग्राफ्टन, एलियट स्मिथ. तो प्राइमेट्स ऑफ इजिप्ट versus Mesoamerica. Smith argued they laid a common Egyptian origin. तो इनकी origin Egyptians है. But later evidence showed independent development. Class going on. Okay, then you have German diffusionism, cultured quiz, okay? Multiple cultural centers है. Trade spreads within cultural circles, like totemism in Africa, Australia and North America. तो ये cultural circles हैं. More flexible, Franz Boas, on the other hand, is emphasizing on field work. Okay? He has given lot of explanation. He has given Potlatch termini. Okay, and he has talked about lot many points. It's not a universal stage, but a cultural product shaped by diffusion plus environment. So Buddhism in Asia originated in India. बहुत सारी केस स्टडीज है, चाइना, जापान, साउथ ईस्ट एशिया. टेक्नोलॉजी डिफ्यूजन का एग्जांपल है. ओके, इंटरनेट, स्मार्टफोन्स. यहाँ पे नॉट इन्वेंट, इट इज एवरीवेयर, राइट? इंडियन कल्चरल इन्फ्लुएंस, इंडियन न्यूमेरिकल्स spread to Arab, Europe, yoga. Okay, so these are some of the, basic explanation I can give for all of you to understand the concept. Please understand, we have to break this, complex concept into easier manner. Then I can definitely explain, will give you dictation on the theoretical manner. But in the end, it's an art of teaching, right? समझ में आ रहा है ना? That how you people have to identify between all this part. You can see here, right? So if you see my, analysis, my point in this, even in this 1 hour, I have explained the concept. Now, if you think कि मैं इसमें write up भी करा दूं, answer writing भी करा दूं, not possible. मैं सिर्फ syllabus cover up करा सकती हूँ. And that too, you need to go for the smaller batches. Okay, so it is when you are sitting in smaller batches and studying, तो आपको अच्छे से समझ में आता है सारी चीजें. Okay, now tell me if you have any question on this. We need to discuss in detail. Okay, today I have just given you a briefing. So diffusionism, we are going to have a discussion tomorrow as well. So you can say it establishes itself as a core or fundamental reaction of evolutionism. तो जब evolutionism को react किया, मतलब evolutionism को criticize किया गया, we have got diffusionism. Okay, all right, thank you.